All right, cool.
All
Happy
right.
to just get started. What's on the docket for today?
All right, let me share my screen. I got a bunch of questions, and then we'll see if we have time. Then we could maybe go over some spots in a VOD.
Sounds good.
All right, so Yanara, I was looking at a bunch of like match histories for a bunch of players, and they're playing a 5 Ionia variant.
Yep.
I have not really seen much of the list/Ryze variant on people's game histories.
Mhm.
So I guess I was just wondering, this was what Marcel said on his Discord.
Mhm.
Do you feel like this just becomes the default variant now, or when do you want to play? Do you agree with Marcel on when you want to play the Ryze variant? Yeah, because I have not played this one at all.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay, so the Ryze variant is, I think it's pretty good if, or okay, you're more inclined to play it if you have AP items, like you have to like slam like Morello or like other mana items. Secondly, you have to have like both Kabuko and Kennen unlocked. If you don't have them unlocked, I would not really consider playing this version. Thirdly, I think that the 5 Ionia version tends to be a bit cheaper and can lean on usually like 1-star Wukong is fine, but you can also lean on like 2-star Kennen depending on what you play on your board. 3, the 5 Ionia version can be like the way you end up on the 5 Ionia version can be through any reasonable number of Ionias on level 8. So usually you will not be rolling 0 gold on 8. Usually you'll be rolling some amount of gold. And so if you have like you can roll for that version with the failures on it, and it's pretty good. Otherwise, like,
By default, I was just theory crafting this. It seems like by default they're playing something different. What would level 8 look like usually?
Level 8 looks like 5 Ionias plus usually whatever else you have to like get frontline on the board. So I think like you can play any number of wardens that you hit to pair with Xin Zhao. You can pair like Sedge to you can play 7 Ionia if you need to. Especially if it generates you additional gold, like the XP one specifically. 7 Ionia can be pretty good. That one also has pretty decent scaling, combat wise. So yeah, this is good to know for the variants. And your thought process when playing this line should like usually be that you want to roll till your board is stable on 8 and then go 9 afterwards. The set can help with that, especially if you have a TG. There's not an amazing TG holder in the like the wider trait version with the Kabuko and the Nunu. And yeah, truly, I think Marcel is right that truly the strength of the other board is that it can support a strong Ryze.
Okay. So this one, is this the core 5 Ionia usually? These
Yes.
5 here?
Xin is flexible with like Kennen is a better unit than Xin Zhao.
Yeah, it's just depending on whether you have it unlocked or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then if you're playing Xin Zhao, then you want to have one of these wardens. If you're playing Kennen, then you can play like
you can play defender or just don't synergize that. Yeah, you could fit in Piltover.
Like this?
Yeah, that's fine. Like it's truly like you have 5 core Ionias plus a quick striker, and then you have 2 slots left. Like it's pretty often you just play 1 synergy trait and then a Taric, or like if you can unlock a Skarner, I think that's not even bad. Like you can play like a random Senna in that slot, or you can play like a Kindred. Like you can play a Kindred, you can play a Fiddle, you can play an Ornn to make 1 item. You have a lot of options. Like any of those like random +1s are fairly good.
It seemed like YBY1 was trying to unlock Skarner every game.
That's his match history? Okay, yeah, he's unlocking Skarner every game because the unit is good.
Yeah, this was today, and both his boards look identical.
Oh, yeah, I would double check the VOD as for what he's doing with that one. Yeah, that one's really interesting. That one might be a fast 9. I'll need to double check. That one might not be a roll on 8, but I'm not sure.
So probably play on XP or gold, and then play 7 Ionia into this.
Yeah, I don't even know. He doesn't even end with a gargoyles. It looks like he might either be like aggressively slamming TG. It could be salvage, but like it's not salvage.
Oh, TG, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
He might be aggressively slamming TG. This is a lot. And then watching out for when it's like has a gargoyles on it, because then you get the unlock for free without having to make a gargoyles. So like if you make a TG on like the first carousel, the chance that you have it by like 4-1 is not that low, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That one he actually has a gargoyles. That one he actually has a gargoyles.
Well, these three are Lil Bear. So Lil Bear seems to be copying YBY1.
I see. Interesting, yeah. Are these consecutive games? I'm just curious. Also, it looks like there's a recording of those games.
YBY1 is consecutive. Lil Bear is not.
Okay. It makes sense. Like I feel like I've ended on a board that's similar to that one. I'm curious as to why they really want to end on 5. I guess there's 4 good Ionias, and they just play the Ari with the Swain.
What do you think the 8 board is if we're playing that board?
Which board?
This? What is the level 8 board?
It's 5 Ionia, Yanara, like probably Ashe, because she has a bit of utility. Yeah. And then if YBY has a Skarner on his board, his Skarner's probably on the board. That's probably one of his +1s. Yeah, on the bottom board, you basically...
Ari.
Yeah.
Like this?
Like this is probably fine. You can replace the Swain for like a Tarek, and it's also probably good. Yeah, like the way you should think about it is just you have 5 Ionias, you have to put Quick Striker in, and you put any 2 good individual units. And then like one of those units could like finish a trait, and it's pretty reasonable.
Does Yanara's AP scaling from the Arcanist?
It doesn't do very much. It's okay for set, and like Swain is a reasonable unit. So like you'll see that, you'll see on some boards, like for example the old Annie board on level 10, you just put in a Swain with no Juggernaut. It's just because Swain, like activating Arcanist is fine. It matters more in that comp, but activating Arcanist is fine, and Swain is it's a 4-cost tank, so having it in is not that bad.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right that Yanara's AP scaling isn't actually good.
Okay, and if we're not playing Swain, then we could just play like Shinzawa or something.
Yep. Yeah.
Instead of Ari.
Yep.
Okay. How do you usually... So this was actually one thing that I forget if I mentioned to you at Paris Open, because day 1, we can put in units into the team planner.
Yep.
Until after the first game started.
Yep.
Which I'm a heavily team planner reliant person. Mm-hmm. So after that, I was like, okay, I need to just stop being so reliant on team planner. Mm-hmm. How do you think about, especially for a line like this, which could be extremely flexible with so many units, like how do you usually plan that out in your head? Are you just like putting into team builder? Are you like taking notes on all the variants, or like, and then do you use team planner, or how do you manage in your head to, you know, be able to execute the roll down well in these situations?
Yeah, so there are certain boards that are like exact units. So like if you have bronze for life and you're playing for Yanara lists, then it's an exact board, right? But if it's not an exact board like this, usually I like to planner the core units. And then in my eyes, I've kind of trained like 2-ish things. Before this set, I had it trained that I would not skip 5-cost units. So I could like I might miss like a random 2-cost that I might need for the comp. But if I see like a golden unit, I can look at it quickly and I can quickly determine if it's one of the ones that I want or I need. So that's one thing. I'm also beginning to expand that into 4-cost units. So by like, I'll tell you the process. The process is you should know what the core units are that you will need to buy and need to fill on your board. And then after that, you need to understand the kind of slot you are trying to fill on that board. Sometimes it's just one single decent unit, and it doesn't really matter which one it is. In which case, like I'll see all the 5-cost options, and then more and more, I'm also seeing what the 4-cost options are. Sometimes it's 2 individual units, which could also be substituted with like a package of 2 units as well. So like Tarek plus Skarner isn't like they don't go together, but like they're just 2 good units. Or alternatively, I'd be looking for like Braum and then swap out the Ari for a Zin and then put like a Tarek on the board as well. So my approach basically is you need to understand the role of the units on the board, and then you want to understand the range of possibilities. So how many slots you have to fill, and the range of possible units that can fill that slot reasonably well. Like for example, I've had a Nico 2 and a Vi 2 before, and because I hit like my core board kind of quickly, I just didn't get off the Nico 2 and the Vi 2, and this could apply on this board as well, right? I would just have Nico 2 Vi 2 on the board, and it's totally cool, right?
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
And like the reason I was able to process that is because I knew that I just needed any 2 units to fill the last slots that provided some kind of front line.
So you said you're putting the core units into Team Planner or no?
Yeah, usually I do, yeah.
Okay, so in this case, it would be like basically these 4 you would put into Team Planner?
And if I'm being dynamic in a tournament, I would not planner the ones I already have, because I would expect to not miss them because they would glow. Because you don't have to buy extra copies. Yeah.
Okay.
You remove the ones you already have, or especially you remove the ones you already have upgraded.
Okay, so that just makes your roll down more efficient.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so then by default, it sounds like we're playing the 5 Ionia variant, like 80% plus of scenarios.
Yes, I think it's better. The situations where I run the other one is if I get dropped a bunch of AP items. But even then, they're okay on set, honestly.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so we should just be prioing this Ionia variant.
Yeah, I think that's like recently come out as like the more like the better strategy and approach.
Okay.
You mind if I quickly use the mixer real quick? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. All right, cool. Let's continue.
Okay.
Oh, one thing I thought of actually that's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'll say my thing first, which is I went one very useful thing to practice and like way to practice it is do you know the tool like the Prisma tactic tool? It's the thing that allows you to simulate a roll down. I think someone posted on Reddit a while ago. Yeah. I'll tell you the instance where I use it. I basically had a little bit of trouble with the build roll down at the very start.
Mhm.
So I plannered like the core units, and then I practiced specifically doing the roll down on the board you were supposed to get to. And I think you should probably, it's a very good idea if you're unfamiliar with it, to practice in this setting, because you can like in a situation that's not timed, start wiring your brain on like what you need to prioritize and what things can go on the board.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do you like this one better than the data TFT one? I haven't tried this
I have
one.
no clue. I haven't tried the other one.
Okay. Okay, I'll give that a try. I was just going to say, when you go to the bathroom, when you're recording, I learned from Sub-Zero Arc that you can hit pause on OBS and then resume.
Oh, there's a pause button? A stop recording? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right next to, yeah.
Oh, there's a pause. All right, well, I'll have a bathroom pause. It's fine.
That way you do less editing.
Yeah.
Okay. Build strategy. So I sent you a VOD
Yes.
for build, and so maybe I can get more info on this when you do that.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, because I had sent you one last week, and then that was pre-patch. So can I send you two for this week's, because you didn't get around?
I didn't
to
get it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So I think high level, I'm trying to figure out like in what spots are you trying to tempo with the units, like hitting 2 stars versus greed for items. Is there a global rule, or is it just like kind of spot dependent?
The global rule is you maximally prioritize what is useful in your situation immediately. So, because, well, that nets you the most average placements. So, as an example, I like when I'm thinking through what I should do in my shop. I'm in like stage 2. I'm usually like figuring out as quickly as I can how I can get to the next upgrade as fast as I can. So like if I could buy like if there's things that like don't do very much in my shop, I'm very much looking to like find the shop refresh and hopefully hit like my 3rd Graves or like my 3rd Illaoi, or like if I'm lucky a dupe to dupe like Nautilus, for example. That's what I'm prioritizing very heavily. And then I will even like if I see like the low cost stat shards and I'm winning, I will like happily buy them to both refresh the shop and look for something I'm looking for, and also just to improve the strength of my board and make it more likely to win. Like 4% HP on your whole board is not very negligible. It's about half of a silver augment of power.
Right.
In terms of items, usually the time where you're saving up for items is when you've basically got all your units. Like the percentage of the time I have like 6 upgrades on stage 3 is very high. At least by later stage 3. Like I'm really aggressively fishing for the units, and then once I have my units, then you save a bit because like you're kind of close to 7, and the closer you are to hitting 7, the more inclined you are to wait just a little bit and farm up for those items. Usually you want your first item by like right when you find your MF, so like 4-2 or 4-1. And then after that, your second item hopefully comes on 4-5, but you might have a little bit of trouble digging for the right item that you want to find. And I think you never ever buy more than 2. I think 2 is like the sweet spot.
Okay, so as a general pattern, it sounds like stage 2 to 3 is usually units and stat shards.
Yeah.
Until hit 2 stars, and then stage 3 to 4 is primarily stat shards and items.
Oh, 3 to 4. It's more like 4 to. I wouldn't even put the number 3 there. I think it's just stage 4, which is primarily items. Like stage 4 is the item stage, and like the stat shards are like pretty decent to cycle. And then stage 5, after you have your 2 items, you're actually very rarely rolling on 7 anymore. After you have, I assume you know the rule about stat shards, right? Which is the more you buy of the specific tier of that specific stat, the less efficient they become because they go up in price without increasing their value. After you get your 2 items, you then want to your priority then is to look for a TK in your build shop on 5. 5 is the best to look for the TK in the shop, and you really, really do not want to be rolling on 7. Rolling on 7 is really bad because your average thing that you find in 7 is very expensive. So yeah, after you have 2 items, like never roll on 7. Like that's the items were all you were looking for on 7 village water. And you can like decide between rolling on 5 and 3. You're more incentivized to roll on 3 if you haven't bought like the lower cost stat shards yet. Like the lower cost stat shards are quite efficient. I think the first 2 low cost stat shards are both better or comparable to the 1 tier 3 stat shard in terms of their efficiency.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Trend, I saw YBY1 played with Darken Scythe, and the stats I was just looking at look slightly better. Do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would. I would trust the stats on the scythe, I think.
Oh, sample size is still a little bit small, 1,000.
Yeah. I think the scythe is probably a little bit better. But I think they're kind of close. Like they both provide damage. I would imagine if you positioned very well, the bow should be better. But the scythe is easy.
Okay, builds are pretty much the same, right?
Yeah. The build works exactly the same. I think it's about right. The scythe looks like about 0.1 better.
Okay, so if you get the Darken augment, are you picking Scythe over bow?
Yep, with trend, yeah, I think so.
Okay. And for this line, are you playing it from 2-1 like Darken augment, or do you usually want to get econ on 2-1?
If you can win, it's fine to not take econ on 2. You want something that ideally you prefer something that particularly helps the comp. So like econ is quite good. But also I think a Darken item is good as well. It's similar to Katarina from the previous set, where like if you found a good artifact for the cat, like it's good, right? Because it makes it pretty strong, and that applies to the scythe as well. But if you take item first, you're like really desperately looking for econ second, which is not that rare, but just know that you're looking for it and you would highly prioritize it.
Okay, and in most cases, you're going to be similar to Cat, like tempo-wise, a little bit weaker stage 2, and then you want to spike 3-2.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's true. Though I think Tryndamere is a little bit more capable of finding strong early spots compared to Katarina. Just kind of because of the way the early game traits and the unit design works, I'd say.
Okay. Then let's say in stage 2, if you have Trend 1, Ash 1 with, let's say, Rageblade QSS, who are you itemizing? And then maybe same question if you have them both at 2 stars.
2 stars, it's for sure Tryndamere. 1 stars, if you're bored, if you have Ginsu QSS, if your frontline is weak, it's like if you have other upgraded frontliners, I'd be pretty content putting them on Trend. If that's not the case, which it usually won't be, I'd probably put them on Ash until I 2-star the Tryndamere.
Okay, so when you say 2-star for both Trend over Ash, it's mainly around Trend survivability.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Veigar. When do you play Veigar?
Okay.
And also, what is the board?
Okay, the board. You're for a fair amount of time. You're playing 8 Yordle, and then I believe you're supposed to drop down to 6. After a while, I believe the main time you play it is. So you would have to be playing a strategy with some kind of. You would have to prioritize Yordles often enough that you end up with the Yordle units on like a good enough, quantity. Personally on this patch, I don't prioritize them very highly, so I don't ever end up in a spot where you have it. But like if you do, which I think is reasonable, you want to have Yordles early, 1, and then you want to have a way to get level 7 Veigar by 3-5. Which is like there's not very many augments. It's like the death cap prismatic augment and having a rod. That one's actually pretty good. and what else? It's like Rod with Replication Rod, or just Replication Rod, and like you have a Yordle opener anyways. Those are the situations where I would play it, and also I would understand that even in that situation, the line is not that good. It's like okay, it might be your best option in that situation.
Okay, so this is like a B tier line that if you happen to stumble into it.
Yes, yeah. I personally would not prioritize it. It looked, if your opener is strong with a death cap augment somehow, then it can actually cap really high. But other than that, the cap isn't even really high either. Like it caps
Okay, so it's high
with
cap
if you
streak early into it with that cap.
Yeah.
And then what would you take out here? Take out Teemo, Trist?
I think you keep Teemo because you try to cap on. Okay, you for sure take out Trist. I think you're trying to cap on Ziggs. Like when you get to 9, you play Ziggs, and like that's your duo carry. And it's like it's fairly easy for this comp to get to 9 because of all the gold generation. So yeah, I think usually
Poppy.
Did you already drop Lulu?
Oh, whoops.
Where's Lulu? Oh yeah, you're allowed to drop more, but yeah, you would drop Lulu for Swain. Swain.
And
2 defenders built in, 7 Yordle. I mean, Kabuko you have to keep. Honestly, Fizz is not that good. If you were to drop something, it would be Fizz. Otherwise, like, I mean, it's pretty common for you to have Kennen 3 on this line is the thing. But you can double check what people tend to actually play here. The Fizz is good. I mean, Fizz is 4 cost. Yeah, okay. It looks like you would drop the Poppy. Okay.
We already dropped the Poppy.
Oh, you just play Poppy Shiv then, I think. Yeah, you don't keep Lulu, play Poppy Shiv.
I guess people are just playing 8.
Honestly, it doesn't even look that bad.
Because we're struggling to figure out who to take out, right?
Yeah,
so then you just keep Lulu.
Does Swain look good in the stats? You probably keep Fizz.
Swain looks good.
You just play 8+1, any unit.
No, Poppy looks bad in Delta. Why does Trist look good?
Probably 10 Yordle, maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
Or people played it like reroll, and she was one of the units you were rerolling. But I don't know why Poppy would look so bad, honestly. Wait, click on comps. I'm pretty sure the comps tab is like not bad for this. Like just do 9 to 10 units. They just play all the Yordles, man.
This is like reroll Yordle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all the Yordles. I mean, I guess more Yordles just gives your whole team more AS and HP, right?
Wait, I'm pretty sure what this is indicating is on this patch you want to be playing. You really want to try to 3-star a lot of the Yordles, I think, because of they buffed the overall buff to this, right? So like, you would probably hold every Yordle you have, and try to 3-star all of them.
Okay.
Whereas that wasn't the case before the C patch. Yeah, you just stay in 8 Yordle, it looks like, and then you try to 3-star them.
Volibear? There's no bruiser, right? That's
Kabuko's a bruiser. Kabuko's a bruiser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bruiser's not bad. I would that makes sense as like the best board, I think.
Okay, Volibear or Shyvana.
Yeah.
I guess Zilean helps you cast more for Veigar, but you just want more frontline probably.
Yeah, Zilean's just like an okay unit. Because you have Invoker as well, yeah, so.
Okay, so these.
Yeah, you just play those 8.
Where's Zilean? Right here. Okay, what I mean, it's just.
Yeah, it's just this. It's just 8 Yordle and then take your pick of the legendary you have.
Yeah. Okay. Prismatic traits. All of these are 2 emblems to get to 10, right?
I don't think they're. Oh, those are. Isn't Demacia 3? Wait, no. Yeah, Demacia is 3, I think.
How does
you think it to 11?
Oh, you have to get to 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Oh, because Galio's on your bench. I see. Okay, I was counting it. I was like, wait, why?
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't I think Bilge is also 3, if I have that right. Wait, Bilge is 8 units. Oh no, it is 2, right? Yeah, it is 2. No, you're right. It's 2. Yeah, Bilge is 2.
Okay. And then for world runes, are you usually trying to target 3-2 to get your 4 things in?
No, your a high roll setup gets it in on 2-5 if you can. Like there are like it's not that rare that you can get it on 2-5. If I've made like a whole long there's one session with Marcel that covers like world runes for the first 30 minutes, and I think it's very informative.
Okay, I'll check that out.
You're targeting usually 2-5 or 3-1.
2-5 to or 3-1. Yeah, so you're rolling pretty aggressively, and you're just saying screw the gold because you're going to cash out. You're going to get more gold from the cash out.
Oh, I'm usually not rolling. Like, I don't know. I've played it like 3-4 times now. It seems like each of the times, either your emblem setup was good enough that like the chance you have it without needing to roll is very high, or your emblem setup just isn't that good, which means that you're gonna have to get it on 3-1. You just have to know what you have to hold, because there's a few different core concepts behind that dictate which units you have to hold, essentially.
Okay, I'll check out that vid. I think I had like skimmed it before, but I'll go back in depth.
Yeah, it's good. The line is good for sure. It's just very difficult to play.
Okay, this thing. What's your thought?
This thing, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Is there anything you disagree with on like the assessment here?
No, I think it's about right. I think it's not nearly as good if you're contested on it, just to be clear, and so it's being contested a little bit on ladder now. Because you can't all win out with the same units, but it's good.
Okay, and given that Draven reroll is still a line, like in what spots are you taking this to 9 versus just sitting and rolling for Draven?
I mean, the spots are almost precisely the same. It just, which one do you think has better EV in your spot? Like Draven is like way more. It's probably a little bit more consistent to go second and third, and then the other line is more likely to win, especially if you're uncontested. If other people are holding Dravens though, you should rule out rerolling, I think.
Okay. Do you agree with Skarner being core to this?
Yeah, Skarner's really good. Skarner's really good. It's because the lobby the games are AD dominated right now, right? There's not that many AP comps. And Skarner, the team buff from the Skarner is really good, and the Skarner itself is a good unit as well. He's like especially good against front lines with 3 units. Like stunning their whole front line is like insane. Like 3-4 units. Which is like pretty common on level 7 and 8.
Right. Okay, so Stoneplate is like a really strong slam right now because we saw the Yanara board that
can also use it, yeah.
Yeah. Was it YBY1? I forget.
It was.
In my notes.
Yeah, it was YBY.
Okay. Okay. So this is the standard 9 board.
Yep. And like you can literally keep carrying the Draven 2 until you have Kindred 2. Or Kindred 1 I think is a little bit better than Draven 2 actually.
Okay. Are there other units that you want to be holding on the roll down or variants on this? Or you would just put this into Team Planner and hard fix on this?
I mean, the Senna can be replaced by a lot of things. Because like Senna's not traded on this board. Like if you have like no other frontline
like
upgrades.
A Taric.
Yeah, Taric is good. You can keep Nautilus around. Usually you want to eventually duo carry these. But can you go back to the other board? Like the non-Silas one? Yeah, like the Taric is flexible. And like the Taric is flexible and kind of the Senna is flexible, but that's kind of it.
Oh, those are the best flex units. Like, what else are you gonna put in?
Oh, yeah, not very much to be honest. Like you've already run all the good flex units, so pretty much you're just playing those.
Yeah.
You can play a Nautilus too. If you literally don't have some of them, you can play a Nautilus too.
What do you think of Mel?
Mel.
If you have AP items,
Mel. I don't know how you can have AP items on that line. Like if you would do everything in your power to avoid having AP items. If you have a Morello, you throw it on Fiddle probably.
Okay. Do you like itemizing Fiddle over Shyvana in this line?
I mean the items are completely different. I don't know what they like. I haven't been able to play this line yet. Like I haven't gotten a spot for it. But
okay.
I would like Fiddle holds leftover offensive garbage, and Shyvana holds leftover defensive garbage, right? Like Shyvana loves like Vows, Derax. Fiddle loves like these glove items plus or a TG or Morello.
You would put leftover tank items on Shyvana over Tark?
Oh, if I had Shyvana too, I think so. And like Shyvana like likes a specific class of items. Like if it's like a Bramble Vest, I'd prefer on Terra 2. If it's like a Vow, I prefer it on a Shiv. Like because of Shiv's her trait passive, which is while she's transformed, she reduces damage taken by 10%. So like getting like just like one item on a Shiv is a lot better than one item on a Taric, especially if it's a mana item.
What about Vow on? Because Vow on Swain looks really good, right? This doesn't really look that amazing.
What else does she got? She has Vow, Adapt. What even looks good on her? How is?
I just have this 2-star 3 items.
Yeah, I mean,
like this looks like melee.
All the builds look okay. That looks melee. What else? I guess. Wait, what? Does she like BT? I thought I said that BT wasn't that good. Like something seems off here. Obviously, Sterax is good. Like it just doesn't look like there's very many good items. The Edge Knight makes sense to keep her alive, so she can be transformed for longer. But I think the mana items are like some of her best items, like the adaptive and the Vow.
Interesting. Okay.
It's also so like kind of polluted because it's not filtered by comp. So for example, when I looked in like the Annie comp, like the Annie comp, like those types of items were quite good on her.
I see. All right, let's just add these units.
Yeah, those will have quite low data, but you can take a peek. All right, so it looks like in this comp you shouldn't prioritize itemizing her. It is like if you see stats like this, that's what I would interpret it as. And then you can double check for items on Fiddle to see where the item should be going instead. Or probably they should be going on Senna. Like she's actually a very low priority target in this comp, I'd imagine. Like once you do this, like the stats should seem better. Yeah, you do Fiddle items or like question mark items. Like just see like what are the kinds of items that are good and then relax the filters, yeah. Alright, so you definitely want damage items on Kindred. You definitely want damage items on Senna. So those are your two highest prio targets, it looks like. TG is excellent on Shiv. TG is excellent on Fiddle. So if you have the option, the prioritized item should go on the backliners, and then the TGs go on the 2 melee units. That's what I would conclude from looking at this.
Okay, and then seems like we're itemizing. Is Skarner actually a better straight up tank than Tark?
Yeah, I think so. Or actually, he's better. I think Tarek's a little bit better late into the game, but Skarner is good. Like I think the read is that Skarner is better, especially I guess against the board, because it's like kind of meta dependent. And like how valuable displacing their tanks are. I think Skarner is pretty good. I would try prioritizing Skarner with the items.
Okay, and then thoughts on positioning Skarner?
Usually I think you just put him on the side of your front line. There's not very many.
These are much higher.
Like worse or better, so it's a little bit unclear.
Win rate is significantly higher on left and right, like by 5% compared to middle.
Sounds good. I'm putting
the
it on the side.
frequency is way lower.
I mean, I think the reason is because sometimes it clips the backliner in its cast. So yeah, probably that.
Oh.
Like it's pretty common for Skarner to clip a Kindred who dashes in.
I see. Impale up to 3 nearby enemies in a line.
The line thing doesn't matter. The line thing doesn't exist. It just impales 3 nearby enemies.
Oh, so if they're positioned in a weird way, you could just hit their backliner in the corner.
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
like especially like maybe if they're anti-Diana, but I'm not sure. I can imagine I could get there kind of quickly.
Okay. All right, that's that one. This one that Basso posted. This is fake.
Oh, this is positioning.
Or why do you laugh like that?
Sorry. I thought this was a different post. I thought this was like the other post. Like there was a different board.
Oh, okay.
No. This board is fine. This board is good.
Okay, and what are the conditions to get into this line?
Primarily AP items like a strong Anivia or Sona opener usually leads into this, and then if you're on that line, you need to heavily prioritize volley. Volley 1 is very good.
Okay, so then you need like a Warmog, basically.
Yeah, you really want a Warmog, yeah.
Also, it seems like okay, maybe we can go over it into like stage 1 unit holds, but I'm not holding Anivia or Sona ever. So in which case, this just not playing this.
Oh, like
are
I
you
hold them.
prioring those?
I'm not prioring them, but sometimes it's the best you have. Like sometimes, like my, how do I say this? It's like my unit holds are probably not that rigid. So like if I have frontliners and I have a 2-star Anivia or like a Anivia pair, there's like instances I'm prioring them over Yordles is probably the key difference. So if I hold like the pair over Yordles, that means I'll have the Anivia too sometimes, right? But if you hold Yordles over Anivia Sona, you'll never have them.
Right. Isn't Yordles like still quite good to go into Yanara?
I think it bleeds a lot of HP. Like for Yanara, I like having Ionia.
Okay.
Like your life will be harder because it's like you have to jump, you have to like go through some hoops to unlock Kennen and Kabuko. But I think the opener is stronger by enough that it justifies it, especially if it generates gold. But even if it doesn't, I would prefer to play it.
Okay, I was thinking Yanara because of the Freljord variant, but I guess if we're primarily leaning towards 5 Ionia, then Yordles just isn't very good into it.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, like, have you played this at all? Like,
I played it like once or twice, yeah.
Okay, so it's not very common.
Wait, this is actually like a known line. This is like the either you play this or you play 5 Freljord 4 Invoker, but like this is like this has been played for a while. I think like even since PBE, this board.
Oh, I see. Okay. How do you think about? Do you just play the 4 Invoker variant until you hit 9 and Ryze?
Oh, I just think you. No. I think if you can play that board, you try to play that board. You just have to have an early Volibear unlock, which is what makes it so conditional. What makes it conditional?
Okay, so the volley one is what stabilizes you.
The volley one fits the traits together. Otherwise, the traits don't fit very well.
Oh, I see. So on 8, you're just playing it without the Ryze, and
Yes.
you're carrying list 2 and volley.
Yep.
Okay.
You're carrying like list 2, tank, and then leftovers on volley.
And how high of a cap do you feel like this has?
It's very high.
I guess I can look at
The cap on this comp, I believe, is very, very high. It outcaps the Yanara version.
Okay.
Like I've seen it outcap every comp in the game, I think.
What?
Well, I don't think it's actually like realistically I don't think it's like the highest cap comp in the game, but I think
just value wise, it's easier to hit.
Like value wise, it can beat a lot of the other like high cap comps.
Okay. Like it doesn't even show up in the stats.
Yeah, it doesn't show that version.
Okay.
People are not very good at unlocking Kabuko and Kennen.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. Right. And you don't want to play this in from Yordle, right? So you need to like be holding those units.
Yeah, it's either Invokers or Ari, yeah. Ari is good for this as well, I think. For this comp, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, for this one, like Ari box with on cast AP is probably your best opener for this one. Because that one, like, you don't have any Ionia carries, like, so, like, all that matters is the defensive, and that one gives HP as, like, a bonus.
Okay. Next question. The Ixtal 30 HP quest, are you usually holding Ixtal units to check, or is it kind of more opportunistic?
I don't lose econ. I don't lose econ to hold them. If I have econ to hold it, it's like mid priority, I think. So like I'll also hold like things that can improve my board over this, but it's good. It's like if you can, especially if you're like, yeah, especially if you have a lot of HP, it's pretty good.
Okay. Do you know if there's like a table somewhere of all the
quests?
Quests?
I have a manually made one that is a work in progress.
Okay. Do you know what the odds are to hit this?
I have no clue.
Okay. I guess how much we're willing to sacrifice this to hit it seems like it's dependent on the odds, right? And the EV.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'll give you my ballpark. My ballpark is it's reasonably common. It feels like around 40 to 50. If your HP is high, like you need like above, like you need to be putting it in on stage 3 for the first time with more than like 80 HP or something.
That seems kind of crazy.
It might be closer to a quarter, but what's the value of this? What do you mean?
Do you know what the cash out amount?
Yeah, 400.
is?
It's 400.
Oh, 400. So this is.
It's.
I mean, this is like a gold augment, more than a gold augment.
Yeah, it's almost a prismatic augment.
So like between gold /pris.
Yeah, just note that it also costs you one additional life.
Right.
Because like you're gonna have to sack the round that you have 40. You're gonna sack from 3 lives to 2 probably.
Wait, you can't just be under 30 already and win the round.
No. You have to have it you have to have it, and the round has to resolve with you having less than 30 HP, or 30 HP or less. It's like by resolve, I mean like you have to finish a combat with 30 or less HP.
You could do that if you're already under 30 and won, right? So you're saying you specifically have to lose. Yeah,
but you would have to have the Ixtal units on your board, which means that if you're under 30, like you're not gonna win with the Ixtal units on your board.
Is there a board with?
No.
If we're trying to unlock Skarner more, like is there a board that can actually pull it off?
Nico Milio kind of can. That's actually like close to the normal board that I play when I have Ixtal, especially Expeditionist.
Okay, but let's say we don't. Like what? It'd be like a Freljord board?
Yeah, it is. It is this. Like this is like very normal. Like I play this a lot. If you look at my match history, it's like Braum and Braum upgrades into yeah, Skarner.
Okay, yeah, but it's still not a very strong board.
The board's okay.
Okay. So if you're at high, let's say we're win streaking, if you're saying, I mean, I guess we need to confirm these odds, but if we're win streaking stage 2, it almost seems like it's worth losing econ if it's this amount of value.
You might want to drop it to like I've done this kind of check. Okay, maybe it's just confirmation bias, and I remember the times more. You could conservatively put it, but yeah, like you could conservatively put it from like 25 to 50. I would guess it's between there.
Okay. I mean, even then, a quarter of the value of a gold priz, if you're healthy, seems worth.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right. So then we can quickly go over. I just got back from Paris yesterday, so I haven't really looked at all this. But what I have noticed just looking at game logs of top players that I did this morning is everyone's just playing Yanara and Bilge.
Yanara's good. Bilge is good. I posted my own list a little bit. I think it's Yanara, Bilge. I think Kaisa is okay. Like Kaisa might be B tier. I like Vayne box. Like I actually really like playing Vayne reroll from Vayne 2-1. I think Diana from the right spot is also good.
Trend Ash with artifact S or A?
I think Trend, like I think just 2-1 Trend is like fine, especially with artifact. But yeah, it's like Cat was. I think if you have no additional conditions for it, it's still even fine to play. Probably B. I think A with artifact, yeah.
Okay. So you disagree with their assessment of it being
I mean, it's really, really... Okay, sorry. It's broken with the right artifact.
Okay.
Yeah.
This last 9 thing, where would you put this?
Oh.
A?
I think at regular contestation rates, it's probably S. Like, if you're the only one playing it, you probably win the game. Like, if you're on this line.
Okay. So the more popular this gets, the more it probably drops to A. Yeah,
like if you're if 2 people are playing it, one of them will probably bot 4.
Okay, which also makes Draven reroll probably less viable as this one's increasing in popularity.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Draven wasn't contested in your game, I think.
Okay, so you think this is good enough that this should be like at least 2 players in every high elo lobby?
Yeah, I think it's probably a 1.5, something like that.
Okay.
Like 1.5 meaning that like because like you can't have a half a player. The second player that plays it, their spot will not be that good.
Right. Okay, so this seemed like you have Kaisa and B now.
I had
the Rift Herald Rift that bad.
Like I had it in like I still play it. I think I might still be A, honestly. Like it's like this is like a development guess. I think the stats like quite like it.
Yeah, stats still look good.
Mm-hmm. No, like my personal list has it an A. I don't know how it fared. Honestly, if you just build Bramble Vest, it's probably totally fine. You just should highly prioritize Bramble and then you put it as an A tier comp. Honestly, like it's especially important that comp, but like every comp wants Bramble Vest, I think.
Right. Yeah, mainly because Yanara and the Fast 9 variant.
Yep.
Well, I guess all of these are AD.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Anything I'm missing here? Like I assume these 6 would be like 80% plus of your games.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. True. Yeah. I think that's right. Trend probably fits in there too. like Trin fits in there not because of its strength, but because of like ease of access to the comp. Like you just have to have an Ashe, I think. Like having an Ashe and no other good opener means that that's your best line, and being uncontested.
Okay, and then given this, then unit holds. All right.
I have Illaoi S, Shen S, Jin S. After that, I have voids in like low A or high B probably. Yeah, Cog probably goes there. And then the rest is like harder, because the rest is like the rest of them.
Yeah.
The rest of them only go well together in certain combinations. So like, there's like some setups where, like the defenders aren't weak, but they fit in with like specific 2 costs. Or like one example is like, if you don't have Ionia, like you can just play Jin 2 with like 2 defenders and it's fine as an example, but like you're still trying to play into the Jin. I put Viego just D. I think like that guy is not D level weak, but he has D level bad lines, I think. Though to be fair, he's paired with both Ashe and Draven. So if you want to put like that's like dependent. Like if you don't have Ashe or Draven or TF, then I wouldn't hold him. But if you have one of them, he's fine. In terms of power wise, this seems about right. I think Caitlyn goes in A actually. Caitlyn A isn't that weak. B Piltover is fairly good early, and C pairs with Kog'Maw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think
Okay,
I have.
so you're not really prioing Yordles at all.
No, I don't on this patch. I think I've been doing okay on the patch too.
Okay.
Like I have Yordles D, probably Viego C. I think. Yeah, the middle's a little bit tougher. Like B and
Like this is like Diana, right?
Yeah, B and C is a toss up between if you think the Slayers are better or the Invokers are better, because then they kind of all fit together. You know what I mean? Like Blitz, Briar, Kiana are kind of together, and then Anivia, Sona plus Jarvan are kind of together as well.
Right. I mean, none of these are AP. Like we didn't list any AP except for Kai'Sa, right?
Yeah,
Unless you're willing to play the Yanara list variant.
The AP, the AP is
Or
you should
this thing.
You know that's good. I think that comp is like that comp is good, but your opener has to be strong. Like I think I mean that's both of them.
So if you hit all 2 stars of this, or like a Demacia with Sona, is this the default line you're trying to angle into?
Yeah.
Like what's your default AP line? This?
It's this. It should be this. Yeah.
Okay, Volley, Ryze, too. So, and where would you put that here?
Yeah, probably low A. Yeah. Yeah, the opener has to be. If you have the strong opener, is the strongest opener in the game because of the way that the units scale.
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay, so then like these are kind of more circumstantial.
Yeah. Like Lulu, I have a D. It's probably Lulu D, Viego C, because Viego can pair with some of the 2 costs.
Okay, Viego can also hold Diana items too, right?
Yeah, I think reasonably you could. Yeah, this looks fine. I think like reasonably you can put the Kiana Briar in A, and it's reasonable as well, depending on how you want to prioritize them. But like the units are better, but the line is a little bit worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you can hit like a solid top 4 if you can streak and go into Diana.
Yeah.
Okay.
TF S. Both Ionias S. Cho'Gath is A. Yeah. Rek'Sai is a little bit weaker than Cho'Gath, but like sometimes it's all you got.
It's just to unlock Void, right?
Yeah.
If you are angling Void.
Yep. I think Sion is fine only because he's a bruiser, and sometimes you don't have the other bruiser. Teemo pretty bad, Trist pretty bad, Nico is fine, Echo's pretty bad too. Something like this is about right, yeah.
Ash to unlock Trin. I assume you only do this if you have like good components.
Yeah, I think you do it with like good components. Yeah.
Okay.
Draven S, Vayne S, in my opinion.
GP for build.
GP should probably be A. He's not strong. Nautilus is either S or A. Mal's is like probably A or B. Jinx is D. Mundo is actually a fine bruiser now. Mundo is probably B. Milio is Milio is a fine invoker. Milio, like if it doesn't give you Ixtal, he's like if Ixtal excluded, he's clearly C, I think. But
right.
like
but you're not dropping her or him.
Him, yeah. I would probably want to keep it for a little bit. Yeah. Sedge is really good. Sedge is higher.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, if with Ash, but
I think in general. Oh, okay. Defenders aren't that good, but Sedge is strong. Is the best way I can put it.
So this is like if you're playing Anivia, like the AP opener or Ash.
Yeah, this helps a lot, right? Like a lot with either of those openers. Yeah.
Okay. What about these two?
It feels like some of these are a little like. I mean, are 3 costs just all good? I guess so.
I mean, Loris just as a standalone tank. Right? Like,
yeah,
this
Loris
is what
is
Ripple
great.
was saying.
No, Loris is a great tank. Yeah, this seems about right. Like those are the good standalones. Like the last 3 are the good.
I guess Zoe, like you don't want to slam AP.
Yeah, but like she's not even bad with Ginsu. Like she's pretty good with Ginsu.
Oh, okay. Okay, just as a placeholder.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this like roughly reflects my sentiment. Like a lot of the 3 cost boxes feel really good, except when you get Jinx.
Yeah. Okay. So then, game plan wise, Lost Streak, you go Diana, and that's really it, right?
Yes. Yeah. And like you really want to
Lost Streak
Draven line augment. Yeah.
You could kind of.
You can.
Like calc loss into it.
Yeah, you can. I think for both those lines, if you had some kind of rerolls, you would roll for Bard to make a small profit.
Right. That's, I guess. Could you could go into this line with good item components and like Bard into Trin Ash as well.
I don't.
You don't prefer to.
Yeah, I don't like that very much because I think you don't have the board slot to do it. And also you don't justify playing. The Bard doesn't get played for long enough to justify it on average. Because like if you're calc loss into 3/5, that's like 2 more rounds of rolls, which is 8 extra gold compared to when you swap your board out in 3/2, right?
Right. Okay. And I feel like there were maybe some spots before with Void with Lost Streak, but probably not anymore.
Like I was discussing this with Marcel actually, which is there's like some openers that allow you to build up into like a good opener, and I think Void is one of them, Bilge is one of them, and Ionia is one of them, which is basically like you make econ with your other units, like you just sell them, and then you hold on to only this opener because when you hit at that point, the opener is strong enough to justify to recover and basically have like a decent board, especially if you're getting Carousel Proud to take the components you need.
Okay, so builds you actually don't mind playing into from Lost Streak.
Yeah, because like you'll have the upgrades by stage 3, yeah. Or like especially it's either that, or if you're like bow heavy, you just play like a Bilge opener into Draven fast 9.
Right.
That's like super. That line is super reasonable, I think.
So what do you do in the spot that you get like Rod Cloak tier? You're slamming adaptive and then
Go for Ginsu.
hope you get a bow.
Yeah.
And you probably need to lost streak from that spot.
Yeah, if you're losing, you don't even have to slam adaptive before you're reasonably strong.
Okay. Okay, cool. Anything else you think I'm missing from like a broad meta perspective here?
No, I think it's about good. The only other things would be like augments, but that kind of like what about augments? Like I think the Spirit Visage augment is broken. There's like a small number of augments that are like strong, that are like very strong. Like that one, I think the Bramble Vest augment is very strong as well, because the quality of the items are good, and I wonder what they got here, especially at gold. But yeah, I think this list is like pretty reasonable. I think, just for a heads up, I believe this was made before the set launch, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
It says they updated 2 hours ago. But
oh, okay, then it's updated then. Never mind.
I assume are we prioing Darken Scythe now just in general, or is that just on
Oh, Scythe into Yasuo is broken, but that comp is not very easy to play.
Scythe into Yasuo?
Yeah, that guy Yasuo is very, very good with Scythe.
Okay, that Yasuo is just are you trying to angle towards 10 Ionia? Wait,
you have to have the augment.
You get into 10?
You have to have a particular augment to get to 10. Okay.
Is there a stats on what the board looks like?
The stats probably exist, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems about right, yeah. Just know that, like, in that comp, the Yone is very, very strong. Like, the strength of the comp generally is the Yone and not the Yasuo.
If you don't have enough items, are you gonna move prio 2-star Yone items over 3-star Yasuo?
I mean, that guy is better, but the items they run are different. Like, Yone's an auto attacker, whereas Yasuo's a caster. So, which means I probably wouldn't move, unfortunately, because the items are too different.
Okay. So, if you get this augment, is your primary line Yasuo? Or is it...
no, you can't force it without having a Yasuo. But you have a lot, like, you probably default Darken Bow a fair amount still. Like, if you have any of the outs, like Yasuo, or if you either have Yasuo or Tryndamere, the Scythe is good. Otherwise, if you have any of the backline 80 units, you probably just take the Darken Bow.
Okay.
Darken Bow is going to look closer to 4.5 because it has way higher pick rate as well, I think. Yeah, you just play standard AD. It's good for that. Like, it's good into both Yanara and Draven, I think.
Yeah, like this, you could just do Yanara or the Fast 9 Draven line.
Yep.
Okay. Are you still taking this?
It should still be fairly good.
Okay. Calc loss into Diana or Draven, probably?
Yep, those are just strong, yeah.
Okay. And then, are you ever taking this?
It's good. The augment is strong.
Yeah, like stats wise, it's good, right? But you're playing into it from lost streak. So then, what are you angling, Diana?
Yeah, it's fine. You're hoping for econ on 3-2. I think it's better if it's like not. It's better if it's a natural Priz first, because if it's a natural Priz first, half the time it's silver second, and like taking silver econ second is like not bad, I think.
Okay.
Because like there's not very many good econ options at Priz if it's like Prismatic Party or something.
Right.
Gold second is even fine, I think.
For this one, are there any specific lines that you're trying to angle?
It's just good, especially in like a lot of the comps are slow right now. Like if you take a look, like Kindred, the fights go kind of long. Yanara, the fights go kind of long. You could look at
Yeah,
your own
everything's
list,
a
like
rage
Kais,
blade scaling.
yeah, exactly. Like Kais, the fights go kind of long. Builds, the fights go kind of long. Like it just goes kind of long everywhere.
Okay.
Trend goes kind of long. Diana goes kind of long. Though Diana's more bursty, so it's not that good on Diana. Vayne, the fights go kind of long, but she, yeah.
And then this is mainly for bilge. I mean, I guess it's good if you just have extra items.
Yeah, it's just good with extra items and not that good without extra items.
Okay. Okay, cool. Any other augments that I'm missing out on?
I think that's most of it.
Patience into Draven or Diana as well.
Yep, and then roll for bard to convert. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Sounds good.
Thank you. I'm gonna be out on vacation next week, so
we can
when
move
is
the
your
session. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Can I do like Monday of the following week and then just like try to stack up to that week? Monday and like Wednesday, or I mean, I can message you details later, but
I'm fine with putting it off peak. Like if it's not on a tournament week, we can move it to one of those if that's fine. Because those are the busiest for me by a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Cool. I will catch you around. Best of luck on the ladder. And then if you have any questions, just you can type them into the chat. I'd be happy to answer.
Sounds good. All right. Happy holidays.
All right. You too. Have a good one. See ya.
Bye.